Hey everyone, Wideck here again, this time with a replay on Whirlwind from the North American ladder. And this time spawning in the bottom left as the red Zerg, we've got Tropa. And Tropa's opponent is much more well known than Tropa is, spawning in the top left as the blue Zerg. We've got the famous, or mostly infamous, Idra. So I guess Bio means good game in Portuguese. I like the fact that Idra doesn't say anything. He doesn't say good luck, have fun, or hi or anything. He's Idra. He's way above that stuff. And, Idra is obviously, since he's been kicked out of Evil Geniuses, has not been as prominent as before. But after his professional playing days, he has been doing some other things. Like, he did cast with Caldor at the Aces Republic of Gamers in 2013. And his casting job, in my opinion, was fairly good. I haven't seen him do any more casting jobs. But he is still playing Starcraft, apparently, so he's probably still a pretty good player, probably just not really top tier as much. But, Idra's got to make himself more relevant. I mean, all these replays are of him losing and raging after he loses. And sometimes I wish Idra would just pop back into the scene, maybe cast more, or play more games. But he doesn't seem to be doing that. So all we're going to be able to see, I guess, for the next little while is more of these impromptu games on the ladder between Idra and lesser known opponents. So we'll have to see what's going to happen here. Both players are opening up with a hatchery at the natural. Idra's hatchery is down before Tropa's, but Tropa's spawning pool is going to finish before Idra. So now there are no larvae here. Oh, there are two, but we're probably not going to see that many Zerglings pop out of here. Yes, we do have an Overlord coming out. So both players look like they are going to be droning up for the next foreseeable future. Now, Idra is collecting gas, and so is Tropa. So it looks like both players do want to get that Zergling speed as early as possible. Try and get that map control. As both Overlords are actually, the first Overlords being sent out are both the wrong Overlords. So they're going to be able to deduce where the other player is, as they have spawned in parallel locations. So unfortunately, because on Whirlwind, the Xel'Naga Tower is not going to play much of a role in this game, probably, simply because they've spawned parallel to each other instead of cross-spawn locations. Now, Idra is going to be moving across the map with a few Zerglings. Both players get Zergling speed almost identically at the exact same time. So both players are thinking the exact same thing. Supplies are dead even. Gas is very similar, and so are minerals. So it's basically a mirror match up to this point. Now, Tropa is going to be going for the Baneling's nest, but so is Idra. So, and almost identical positions, just slightly forward of that expansion hatchery. I guess the only difference is that Idra sent two Zerglings to his opponent's base to figure out what's going on there. Get a scout out, and while Tropa hasn't sent any Zerglings to Idra's base. So both players, if you look at the production tab, it's basically dead even. Now we do have an evolution chamber coming up for Tropa. I guess that's going to break the mirror match just temporarily. That evolution chamber is going to be behind the mineral line. Interesting positioning. Generally, you want to put that evolution chamber to try to block this entrance when you're playing against Terran or Zerg opponents. But when you're playing ZVZ, it's kind of a wild card. You can put it anywhere. As neither player seems to be going for any really significant creep spread. Now, Tropa is getting a spine crawler for some static defense. Idra, on the other hand, really doesn't have anything in his base to defend. No spine crawlers here. He is getting two more extractors. But it looks like Zergling speed is finished for both players. One Baneling connection was a real big waste for Idra, only able to take down one Zergling. And now Tropa is able to get a full scout out on that base, able to see that basically what is in his base is in Tropa's base. But I think in a few moments here, in about a minute or so, a minute and a half, there is going to be an upgrade advantage for Tropa. He is getting +1 Carapace. And we do not have an Evolution Chamber for Idra as of yet. But Idra is going for the Lair, and Tropa doesn't have that. So this will be interesting. There will be a timing window where Tropa will have the upgrade advantage. But that will also mean that Idra will have the technological advantage. But will he be able to use it? He is getting Spinecrawler at the front door. And like I said, neither player is really focusing on static defense. But we do have a lot of Zerglings on the map for Tropa. And in fact, we've got Banelings forming now. We've got 6 on the field that are forming. We already got 1 in this army composition. And so this is going to come down between Zerglings and Banelings. Both of the Banelings go down for Idra. Just wasted on a few Zerglings. That is not a good trade. And now with so many Banelings coming in, and so many Zerglings reinforcing this army, 24 Zerglings, 7 Banelings. This is going to be a big problem for Idra. Is he going to be able to defend here? 2 Banelings do go down. The Spinecrawler is going to be really weak, and finally it is picked off. But we've got 27 Zerglings on the map for Tropa, and he's picking away at the 11 Zerglings of Idra. Idra does not have enough Zerglings to defend. He is going to be able to even this out with a few Banelings. So Tropa is going to retreat just for now. But Idra looks to be in a lot of trouble here. Now, he does have the supply advantage, but is he going to be able to hold? We've got 8 more Banelings morphing in right now. And if those Banelings get good connections, all these Zerglings are going to fall very quickly. So Idra is trying to retreat. He's trying to make more Banelings of his own. But I don't know if this is really good positioning. The Banelings are just going to do a lot of splash damage, canceling a lot of those Banelings. And now it looks like Tropa is going to be ready to stomp in here. There's not that many Zerglings or Banelings to defend. The Zerglings are moving into the main. Not even bothering with the natural. This Queen is trying to retreat behind the mineral line, but it's going to get surrounded anyways. This Zergling is going to go down. And we've got so many Zerglings here. We've got about 12 Zerglings harassing the main base as well as the natural. And we don't have a lot of defensive units for Idra. We do have Mutalisks on the way, but will they be able to sprout out before? Well, I was about to say before he's going to lose the game, but I guess I should have said, are the Mutalisks going to be able to pop out before Idra blows a gasket and says F you to Tropa? So, short game, 10 minutes. Interesting once again, just because Idra's in it. It's always interesting when Idra's playing. So, all the replays I can find of Idra are of him losing. So more than likely, it's the opponent uploading the replays. So, you know, I don't think Idra's watching these videos. I don't have that many views on these videos. But if Idra, for some reason, got wind of these videos, I would just tell him, Idra, maybe you need to upload some of your own replays. Because every single replay I find of you is of you raging and of you quitting. And it'd be nice once in a while to see a game of you winning and maybe you saying a couple nice things to your opponent once in a while. Not all the time. Don't want to change your persona. But, you know, every single replay is of you raging and losing. And I think that's going to continue, unfortunately. But it is interesting either way. So good games by both players. Funny by Idra. And I hope to see you guys next time.